Okay, so I'm going to run through this part of the worksheet and do number one, two, and three uh, as our example, so you have a sense of what you should be thinking about when you're answering these questions here. Okay, so we first want to read through the setup, right? So what's the whole point of what we're doing? And we can zoom in if we need to look at it. So some students at your school claim that listening to music while studying will help improve their GPA. We're designing a study to help discover if that claim is true. And here we're going to have four proposed studies for investigating the question of the day that's in the box there. So suppose we found that the mean GPA of students who listen to music is significantly lower than the mean GPA of the students who didn't listen to music. So that's important, right? We're showing a result, like hypothetically in all four of these studies. There's a result that came out that the students that listened to music had a much lower GPA than the students that did not listen to music. Okay. Um, whether that's true or not, right? That's beyond the point. We're going with this as our example. So pay attention to that factor when we talk about that. And where did I read that? So make sure that you're looking here, right? It says significantly lower, right? The result. And that's important, right? We'll talk about that later on down the road, but the fact that these results were significantly lower, not just a little bit lower, that does play a piece to this. But for what we're focused on right now, we're going to be looking for whether or not the study had sampled the students randomly. So the participants in the study, we get those in a random way and select them randomly. And then were treatments assigned randomly as well. And what would the treatments be here? Well, we're seeing if listening to music, right, affects GPA. So think about our explanatory, or you know, would be the listening to music part, and that would be affecting GPA. So treatments in this case, if we were randomly assigning something, we would be randomly assigning whether or not they students listen to music. So that's important as well when we are walking through and answering these kinds of things. So what can we conclude? Well, let's take a look at the first example. So in this example of a study, we get all the students in stats class to participate in the study. Ask them whether or not they study with music on, and divide them into two groups based on their answers. So here, we just went to a stats class. What kind of study is that? Is that a random sample? No, it's a convenience sample, essentially. We're just looking at the students in stat class. So when I answer number one, when I go over here to answer number one, was it a random sample? No, we just took the kids that were in the class, no random selection at all. And then we asked them if they listen to music or not. Is that assigning, like randomly assigning a group to listen to music or not? No, it's an observation. So this is a no and a no. So if it's random sample is a no, then we can only talk about the kids that were in the study. In this case, it's the stats class kids. And if this is a no, right, we can't talk about it as cause and effect. We can say that there's a correlation between the two, right? That there is that relationship between listening to music and lower GPA, but we can't say that that caused it because this is a no. So when I come down here, I look at all my choices for the conclusion. It's not all students because number one was a no, so it's going to be only students in the class. And it's not cause and effect because I'll move this up. It's not cause and effects because the random assignment was no. There's just merely a correlation between the two. And we're just going to go that route. So that's what you want to think about when you answer the next set of questions on here. And then you should be good to go.